Welcome to the 35th week of this year's In Times Like These recap. This week's recap celebrates the one-year anniversary of In Times Like These. Now, let's get into this. Wanda Mitchell visits her late best friend Elvira Russo's grave on her birthday, reflecting on how much has changed in the past year, especially with the growing animosity between the Russos and the Mitchells. Owen Grant shows up unexpectedly, claiming he risked his legal career to keep Yvette out of prison, but Wanda is unimpressed. Their tense exchange leads to a heated moment where Owen professes his love, which Wanda tries to dismiss. However, when Owen teases the idea of them being together, Wanda impulsively kisses him, just as her husband Udell arrives and catches them in the act. Clarice Russo reflects on her daughter Elvira's birthday. But before she can join the picnic, Vivian Jones confronts her with a bombshell. Vivian reveals her true identity as the illegitimate daughter of Clarice's husband Lorenzo. Clarice denies it, saying that her grandson Ben looked into Vivian's past, but Vivian reveals that Ben lied. The tension heightens as Clarice admits her fear that Shirley would have a girl, and they exchange harsh words. Vivian threatens to tell Lorenzo the truth unless Clarice makes up for her wrongs by giving Vivian 15% of her Russo Jewelers shares. Yulisa Torres, Vanessa Dorval, and Vanessa's younger brother JJ enjoy a final hangout before school starts at the Russo estate for the Labor Day picnic. Yulisa expresses gratitude for their close friendship, support, and pointing her to Jesus Christ. Max Russo arrives and joins them, and JJ, unaware of Max and Vanessa's kiss, casually mentions their family's reconciliation. Yulisa senses the tension and suggests she and JJ give Vanessa and Max some privacy. Alone, Max acknowledges Vanessa's restraining order against Keith Burke and expresses relief. They then discuss their uncertain future as they prepare for their senior year. Max hopes they won't avoid each other, while Vanessa hesitates at the idea of anything more than friendship due to their complicated history. When Max admits he still has strong feelings for her, Vanessa is moved by his unwavering kindness and admiration for her resilience. This leads to an emotional kiss, deepening the complexity of their relationship. Finnegan Burke warns his son Keeve to be on his best behavior while planning to speak with DA Heidi Russo. Though Keeve agrees, he secretly prepares for a sinister mission. Meanwhile, Jeremiah, his wife Shelley, and Jeremiah's father Raymond Dorval reflect on their year in Valley Park, with Shelley hinting at a new blessing before being interrupted by Finnegan's arrival. When Finnegan arrives at the picnic, Jeremiah warns him that the Russos don't want him there, especially if Keeve is involved. Finnegan dismisses the concerns but assures that Keeve isn't nearby. Keeve sneaks into the Russo estate to record his plans on his phone, aiming to make history by changing Valley Park forever. JJ catches Keeve in the act, leading to a confrontation. JJ threatens to expose Keeve by taking his phone, but Keeve pushes him down the stairs. Finnegan arrives just in time to witness the aftermath, with Keeve claiming it was an accident. Udell charges at Owen, furious after learning Owen kissed Wanda. As Wanda tries to hold him back, Owen boldly admits he's not afraid of Udell, and Wanda demands he leave. Odell warns Owen to stay away from his wife, but Owen presses Wanda to tell the truth, asking her to admit she loves him. Wanda denies it, but Owen insists they can't ignore their feelings, referencing the kiss Udell witnessed. Udell demands answers, and Wanda reveals Owen kissed her on Independence Day, shocking Udell. In the end, Wanda chooses to save her marriage and tells Owen to stay away. Outside the Russo estate, Alan Russo confronts his father Essidor, accusing him of finding out about his affair with Dr. Terry Murphy. Essidor plays dumb, but Alan insists Terry ended things out of fear of Essidor. Essidor dismisses Alan's concerns, mocking him for being with an older woman. Alan refuses to let his father control his life, demanding to know why Essidor wants to separate him and Terry. Essidor hints that Terry harmed the family. When Lorenzo overhears the conversation, he presses Essidor to reveal Terry's wrongdoing. Before Essidor can answer, an ambulance arrives. distracting them from the confrontation. Clarice refuses to give Vivian the 15% of Russo Jewelers shares she demands, prompting Vivian to threaten to reveal her identity to Lorenzo. Clarice questions Vivian's motives, but Vivian insists she deserves the shares for being denied a father. Clarice offers 5%, but Vivian rejects it, demanding the full 15% and stating that Clarice owes her interest for keeping her from Lorenzo. After more pressure, Clarice reluctantly agrees to sign over the shares. Vivian coolly tells Clarice it was great doing business, leaving her fuming as she walks away. Finnegan angrily demands answers from his son Keeve, who insists JJ's fall was an accident and asks if JJ is alive. Finnegan questions Keeve's concern and why he's at the Russo estate instead of home. Avoiding the question, Keeve asks if Finnegan plans to send him to prison. Meanwhile, Yulisa notices Vanessa and Max holding hands, learning they're now a couple. When asked about JJ, Yulisa mentions he went to the bathroom. Finnegan orders Keeve to leave unseen and calls Jeremiah. Jeremiah rushes in the Russo estate with Shelley and Raymond, and Finnegan lies, claiming he found JJ on the floor. At the Mitchell estate, Wanda pleads with Udell to talk, but he tells her he can't even look at her. She tries to explain that she never slept with Owen, but Udell is hurt that she kept the kiss a secret. Wanda admits her mistake, but says she ended her friendship with Owen. Udell doesn't believe her, suggesting she has feelings for Owen, which Wanda denies. When Wanda asks how to fix things, Odell isn't sure it can be, especially after learning Yvette already knows. Odell is furious, believing Wanda's betrayal nearly cost Yvette her freedom, and though he won't throw Wanda out, he refuses to share a bed with her, leaving her in tears. Terry arrives at the Russo estate after Lorenzo calls, demanding she explain herself after Isidore revealed her secret, attempting to trick her into a confession. Terrified, Terry confesses to helping Dante end his life due to his Alzheimer's diagnosis, shocking Lorenzo. Isidore and Alan overhear the confession, with Isidore furious, as he hadn't expected her to reveal that. Lorenzo is disgusted, not only by the confession but also by her affair with Alan. Though Lorenzo wants to call the police, he spares her out of respect for his father's wish to keep his illness private, giving her until the end of the month to leave Valley Park or face imprisonment. Alan is left speechless as Terry walks off, apologizing to him. At the hospital, Yulisa feels guilty for not realizing something was wrong when JJ was gone for so long, but the Dorvals and Max assure her it's not her fault. Since they're aware that JJ likely fell, Max questions how it happened, wondering if JJ was pushed. The family speculates, with Vanessa suggesting Finnegan may have pushed JJ, but others doubt it since Finnegan called for help. As they ponder who else could be responsible, the doctor arrives with news about JJ. In JJ's room, Shelley tells Jeremiah she can't believe they're praying for JJ's recovery on what was supposed to be a happy day, as she's pregnant. She shares Max's theory that JJ was pushed, wondering if Keeve was responsible, given his past with Vanessa. Jeremiah is unsure, but agrees it's possible, though someone would have likely seen Keeve. Shelley remains concerned, pointing out how sneaky Keeve can be. At the Burke house, Finnegan angrily confronts Keeve about why he was at the Russo estate, knowing he should stay away from the Dorvals. Keeve claims he didn't expect them to be there and went to apologize to Max. But Finnegan questions why he didn't leave a message. Keeve insists he wanted to apologize in person, but after JJ's fall, Finnegan demands details. Keeve lies, saying JJ freaked out when he saw him and tried to drag him down the stairs, leading Keeve to accidentally push JJ over the stair rail. Finnegan points out that JJ will tell the truth when he wakes up, but Keeve, pleading for protection, suggests they use JJ's schizophrenia to claim he was hallucinating. Pacho Torres meets with his lover Vivian at her apartment and learns she now controls 20% of Russo Jewelers, having acquired shares from Clarice. He praises her but warns that getting the rest will be harder. Vivian reminds him that the Russos often turn on each other, and she plans to target her brothers Gianni or Isidore next. Though Pacho questions her risky strategy of revealing her current stake, Vivian reassures him that her schemes have worked so far. Udell and Wanda ask Yvette about her first day of school, but she admits she was preoccupied with worrying about JJ. The conversation shifts when Udell reveals he knows about Owen. Yvette is upset since Wanda promised to keep it secret, but Wanda explains it wasn't right to hide it from Udell. Though Yvette fears the family might split, Udell reassures her otherwise. After Yvette leaves, Udell expresses his frustration about Wanda's lies, and though Wanda apologizes, he warns their marriage may not last much longer. Vanessa thanks Max for dropping her off at the hospital, expressing how hard it was being at school without JJ. Max promises to support her, and they are interrupted by Shelley, who questions what's happening. Vanessa reluctantly reveals to her mother that she and Max are now dating, but delayed sharing the news due to JJ's hospitalization. Shelley understands, and Isabel Torres arrives with her daughter Yulisa to check on JJ. Yulisa asks to see JJ, and Shelley allows it. While Yulisa heads to JJ, Isabel checks on his condition, and Shelley reassures her that despite no change, she trusts in God's plan. Isabel admires the Dorval's faith and believes JJ will pull through. In JJ's room, Max and Vanessa leave to get snacks, and Yulisa, left alone, apologizes to JJ, prays for his recovery, and gently kisses him on the cheek. Finnegan calls his lover Harley, asking her to come over. After the call, he's shocked to find Jeremiah at his house, demanding to know if Keeve pushed JJ. Finnegan, frustrated, insists Keeve was at home on Labor Day and warns Jeremiah to leave or be arrested. Before leaving, Jeremiah warns Finnegan that nothing can be hid from God and that the truth will come out. When Harley arrives, Finnegan admits to her that Keeve pushed JJ and broke the restraining order. Though Finnegan wants to protect Keeve, Harley advises him to get Keeve to confess and seek help. Finnegan hesitantly agrees to consider it. Days later, as Finnegan prepares to confront Keeve, Keeve shoots his father in the back of the head. Can't get enough of the crazy world of In Times Like These? Then, treat yourself to a binge watch of In Times Like These. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You're not ready for what's to come, but tune in anyway.